Lake Winnipesaukee is a place that Fred Clausen and his family have called home for many years. They have owned and operated Proctor's Cottages at Paugus Bay since 1999, and they cherish every aspect of lake life. It is here where Fred developed his love for boats. Toy boats, that is. He purchased several small vessels to decorate his lakefront rental cottages and soon realized he had a new hobby.
And I started buying a few, and then I realized they're really too nice to have on the walls and shelves, and the kids would probably play with them. So I took them off.
Nearly 25 years later, this is his collection. You could say Fred has his own toy boat museum.
I've had this probably about 2 years now. And this probably, I would say, goes back into the 60s also, the early 60s. My whole theme of collecting the toy boats is they're boats that you could see on Lake Winnipesaukee in the 40s, 50s, 60s, and 70s. And they don't all have to be perfect condition. As people will see, some are restored, some are used, well used. They all tell a story.
Fred has amassed such a massive collection that he rents out an office space in the Lakes region. Every inch is filled with boats and anything boat-related, and he knows exactly where each one is located.
You have everything organized,
Yes.
like cataloged.
Yes.
Each room is very specific.
Yes, and they all have little tags that tell me a particular item number for my inventory. Little yellow stickers or blue stickers, and there's a little white tag that tells me who I bought it from, so I know long-term what I have.
There are novelty boats, model Chris Crafts, wooden cabin cruisers, plastic boats, boats with tiny captains, and boats that could still operate on water.
And you have to set the propeller to a certain direction if you want to get the boat back. It moves, and it goes around the lake. It's got a little speedometer in there.
Oh, have you put it on the lake?
I haven't, no.
No?
It's too nice to put on the lake.
The most common question is, how many boats does Fred actually own? Even he is not quite sure.
At what point did you lose count?
Probably around 3,000. All different sizes, from the one big boat that's about 8 feet to little boats that are 2 inches.
Fred has never contacted the Guinness Book of World Records, but he belongs to a group of toy boat collectors on Facebook that includes thousands of members from around the world.
Some people say in the club that I have the best and biggest collection. There's one guy out in Oregon, I believe, that says he has the world's biggest toy boat collection. We've never compared notes, but I've got a lot. So.
Most of the boats are hand-painted, many newly restored, except this one, which bears a slight resemblance to the SS Minnow. Remember Gilligan's Island?
This is probably the worst condition boat. This is a boat that has fulfilled a child's dream, has been played with, it's unrestored, it's got rust, it's got dirt, it's missing a lot of its paint. It's a mess, but I bought it just because of that.
If you want to see a small part of Fred's collection, the New Hampshire Boat Museum in Maltonborough has an exhibit of toy boats. Fred loaned the museum just about 90 boats. They are safely displayed in a glass case. Fred is very particular about who can handle his boats.
Well, if you talk to my oldest grandsons, you'll hear that they were allowed to come in the collection room if they had their hands behind their back. That's not really true, but they knew not to touch them.
Fred began the collection when he wanted to decorate his lakeside rental cottages with a nautical theme. There are still a few boats on the shelves. His son Patrick now runs the family business.
And he realized that this was just a fabulous place to showcase his love of boating. So he just started searching and finding boating memorabilia, And then he fell in love with the area. So we found all the Winnipesaukee memorabilia, Weirs Beach.
Patrick may not share his dad's hobby, but they both share a love of Lake Winnipesaukee.
People often keep their boats at the end of Paugus Bay, and they come through the channel, take it out to the big lake. So everyone's excited, everyone's in a good mood.
Regarding the future of his beloved collection, there is hope that one of the grandkids might continue it. But first, Fred would have to give them permission to actually handle the boats. Meantime, in nearly 25 years of collecting, Fred has never sold a boat, and he has no plans to stop adding to his collection anytime soon. There is a sense of nostalgia in every boat he finds.
It takes you back to a different time in life when, growing up in a family of 3 boys, we did a lot of water sports and a lot of different sporting things, and it's a nice time to remember.